Hello students, good morning. Let's continue our chapter 5, that is morphology of flowering plants of class 11. Let's continue our topic, the flower. In our last class we have studied that different type of ovary, means what are the different types of ovary. We will continue this topic today also. So I have told you that how many types of flowers: unisexual, bisexual, then on the basis of their symmetry they are divided into as actinomorphic, then your zygomorphic, then asymmetry. In asymmetry was left. In asymmetry we can't divide the flower into equal halves. Can't divide flower into equal halves. So this is called asymmetry. Here another term comes that after asymmetry, the position of ovary. Position of ovary in the flower. How the ovary located on a flower. On the basis of position, this is divided into again three types. One is your hypogynous, another is perigynous, and another is epigynous. So hypogynous, perigynous and epigynous. Here the diagram I draw shows the hypogynous type of ovary. Let's understand what is hypogynous. Hypogynous means if the position of ovary is above the other floral appendages. Floral appendages, again here comes another question. Floral appendages. Normally when we are studying zoology, appendages means legs, but in case of plants, appendages means parts. Floral appendages means floral parts. So what are floral parts? Floral parts may be what are the flower contain: calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. Corolla means petals. So floral appendages or flower appendages are these are. Again, the floral appendages may be trimerous in flowers, trimerous, then tetramerous and pentamerous. Pentamerous. So what are these terms? Explain. Trimerous means if the floral appendages are the multiple of 3, means total appendage is 9. Multiple of 4 means total appendage 16. Multiple of 5 total appendages is 25. Means when we count the different parts of the flower, means how many sepals are present, how many petals are present. So on this basis we can divide that they are as floral appendages. So regarding or depending on the floral appendages, the flower may be trimerous, tetramerous or pentamerous. Means either it is multiple of 3, multiple of 4 or multiple of 5. Means the number of sepals, petals, androecium, gynoecium the flower contain. So let's see that depending or regarding on the position of ovary, the flower is again divided into 3 types. One is your hypogynous, another is your perigynous, and next one is your epigynous. So here the diagram shows the hypogynous ovary. This is the ovary which located above the other floral appendages. This is thalamus. Thalamus is the part which holds the ovary. If you see, this part is thalamus and this part is ovary. This is ovary and this is thalamus. So the parts are, I suppose this is calyx, then this part is your petal, this part is your androecium and this part is your gynoecium. So on. Here the diagram you can see, this is thalamus, this part is thalamus, this is sepal, this is ovary, this is petal, this is filament of the stamen, as stamen contains both anther and filament. So this is anther, yellow colored, then this is filament, then the above part, upper part is stigma, which is landing platform for pollen grain. This type of arrangement of floral appendages in a flower represent the hypogynous type of ovary. Next is your perigynous. Perigynous means when the ovary is situated in the middle and the floral appendages some from the above and some from the below. Means here the position of ovary is half inferior and half superior. In perigynous, the position of ovary is, the position of ovary is half inferior and half superior. Half inferior and half superior. So here the floral appendages means the ovary will come like this. This is thalamus, this is ovary, and the floral appendages are come between the ovary, means middle of the ovary. This type of arrangement is called perigynous. Next is your epigynous. Epigynous ovary means when the ovary is below and other floral appendages are above it. So we can make the diagram like this. This is the thalamus, this is ovary, and the floral appendages are means like your, this is calyx, this is petals, this is stigma, this is anther. So here ovary below and other parts are above. Other parts above and ovary below. Means ovary नीचे होता है और अदर फ्लोरल अपेंडेजेस जो है वो ऊपर होता है. इस टाइप की अरेंजमेंट जो होता है फ्लावर में, इसको बोलते हैं एपिगाइनस. सो हियर वी स्टडीड 3 different type of ovaries seen in flower. One is your hypogynous, another is perigynous, and another is your epigynous. Is that clear, students? So now I am going to make a complete bisexual flower to see the different parts of a flower. As our topic is the flower, so we have to know which parts represent a flower, or a flower is consist of which parts. So look at this flower. This is a flower. You can see this is a flower. This part is stigma here. You can see this is sepals, this is petal, this is stigma, this part is style, this is your ovary. So stigma, style and ovary constitute the female part, that is called carpel or your pistil or gynoecium. 3 different names: carpel, pistil or gynoecium. And this part is your anther. This is anther. This is filament. This is filament. So anther and filament form stamen. This is the male part of flower, stamen, or we can say as androecium or androcium. This is androcium and this is gynoecium. This is sepals. Sepals together form calyx. Then your petals together form corolla. And the female part is consist of stigma, style and ovary, and this part is thalamus. In some flowers also there are some leaf-like appendages are present. They are called as bractet. Bractet. Remember the term. If small leaf-like appendages are present on the base of the flower, they are called bractet. If absent, then it is called ebractet. So understand the different parts, means different parts of the flower and their function. So first, let's see, a bisexual flower has 4 different whorls. A bisexual flower has has 4 different whorls. So what are the whorls? The first whorl is calyx. Second whorl is corolla. Third whorl is androecium. And fourth whorl is gynoecium. So let's understand this. Okay, so calyx. This is the first whorl of a flower. First point you can write, first whorl of a flower. This is the first whorl of a flower. Means when we consider a flower, we will see the green colored leaf-like structure that covers the petals is called calyx. The number of calyx may vary, maybe it 5, 6, 9, 10. Okay, so its number may vary, maybe 5, 6, 10, 9, 10, 15, etc. So its function is to protect the flower during its bud stage. Means when the flower is not completely open, the calyx covers it. This is calyx and this is the petals in bud. Means where the flower not bloomed, means the flower completely khula nahi hota hai, then calyx protects the flower during its bud stage. So about calyx, we know that this is the first whorl and it protects the flower during its bud stage. Next is corolla. Here corolla is the combination of petals and calyx we can say as the combination of sepals. For calyx, combination of sepals. And here corolla is the combination of petals. Combination of petals. Corolla is the combination of petals. Clear? So what is the function of corolla? As we know, we are attracted towards a flower due to its either its color or its fragrance. Insects also attracted towards a flower due to its petals. Colorful petals, red, yellow, different colored flower we see around us. So the petals help in the pollination of the flower. That's why the function of corolla, means which is the combination of petals, is to help in pollination. Is to help in pollination due to its bright color and good fragrance. So it helps in the pollination and which further helps in the fertilization. Next is your androecium, which is the male part. Androecium is the male part and this is the third whorl. First whorl is calyx, second whorl is corolla and third whorl is androecium. This is called male part and it is consist of anther and filament. Anther and filament. Inside the anther, pollen grains are formed and they are contain the male gametes which help in the fertilization. So if you see, this is an anther, or anther is like this. This is anther. Inside this, pollen grains are formed. These are pollen grains, yellow powdery structure pollen grains. So these pollen grains are formed inside the androecium and they carry the male gametes which help in fertilization, and this is the third whorl of the flower. Next is gynoecium, which is the fourth whorl of the flower. It contains the female part, that is stigma, style and ovary. So stigma, as we know, is known as the landing platform for pollen grain. Style collects the pollen grains towards the ovary and inside ovary fertilization takes place. So Gynoecium is the fourth one. So these are the parts of flower: calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. They completes a flower. In case of unisexual flower, either androecium or gynoecium, one of them is present. So for today, this is all about the flower.